Welcome back to the farm. Today we've got some Durango updates and an unscheduled repair of a leaky water pump. Lord really blessed us and let us catch it before it actually failed, so I thought we would just share some Durango updates.
Alright, let me show you what we got going on here. When we moved here, there wasn't but a little bit, man, what was it? Just a couple of months in. April and I were going down the road, and we were coming back from the Ingalls late at night, and sure enough, we come up and a deer crosses the road. I run into it and just totally mess up all this corner of her Durango. So now what we're going to do is, it got all fixed up over here, so it all looks really good. But now, if you'll take a look at that. Really nice headlamp, really terrible headlights, all foggy. Same thing with these little fog lights. We got a real nice fog light over here. So we were going to clean them, but we've changed our mind. Now we're just going to replace them. So I've got the replacement parts, and let's see if we can get this done really quick. Watched a couple of videos. It should be really simple. I'll show you something right here. The Jeep is a wreck. I've got project stuff in here, the tire, all of my components for fixing tires, my flares. Just got a bunch of crap in here. We just got in our bumpers. Got a new front bumper and a new front bumper and a back bumper. Gonna get that replaced on here so that I can put the tire. This bumper had a tire carrier, but it was garbage. Had this little connector here that just wouldn't stay connected. I was going down the road several times and decided, okay, that's it, I got to take this thing off, because I'd be going down the road, my tire carrier would be open and tires just be flopping around. So took all that off and threw the tire on the inside, took the seat out, and that's just not working out. I want to get that out, so got new bumpers. We're going to get that put on and have a better place to put the tire and be able to get to my tools. Look at that, it's just a mess. There we go. What was that, 10? Wish I brought my drill, but I don't think I have an adapter in the Jeep that'll let me use the drill. This vehicle is equipped with a remote controlled engine starter. To reduce risk of serious injury or death, switch into service mode and disconnect the vehicle battery before performing any service on the vehicle. Glad we're doing that.
Yep, we did that first. Nobody saw it.
Yep. I think I do want to get something set up where we can put all the extra tools and such. And I'd like to get that part of that bay, that garage, to where we can, like I could pull this in right there and do that. Mm-hmm. But we need to really set it up differently than it is right now, because there's no way we could do that right now. Okay, and I think these two right there. Now what I got to look at, like this. Here, that's the bottom one. So when you hold it like this, there's two screws here, one screw here. So it looks like we might have found it. I just got to look and find out where that screw is connecting. Pretty cool if that comes with all new bolts. Okay, so let me see the back again. Is it down here in the corner? So there's that connector. I'm feeling that connector. Straight down.
That's a weird screw.
There we go. you take these things with is you got these little pull tabs you pull out. You gotta pull those tabs out. Sometimes it's better to use my trusty screwdriver in my pocket. Especially as weak as my nails have been lately. It's been breaking. One down. Two down. Three down. All right. That's out. Cool. You can keep that bulb. Those bulbs are still good, even though the... I don't know if I need to replace this.
Yeah.
Because I just won't... I put it in a bind. Like, don't put things in a bind. These go in a certain way. Yes. You ready to go? We're going to test this before I get it all screwed in. So, before I get it all popped in. Alright, start her up. I don't think that one's all the way in. Turn on your lights. Left blinker. Right blinker. Turn off the lights. Turn back on. Okay. Alrighty.
Acting like it wants to do that whole starter thing again, where it
what?
Sticks at the starting, or
I don't know what that means.
when you're trying to start the car and it does the initial ignition, it sounds like it's sticking right there.
Like it doesn't want to start?
Yeah, like it's sputtering. Yay, now that it's matching. Thank you, baby.
Okay, there we go. It's all finished up. Looks real good. Didn't take that long. That's it. Alright, well, this was not the plan today. So my plan today was to get April's Durango in here and get her deer alerts installed, which was awesome. That went very well. So we got some deer alerts installed. Got one right there. But when I was down here, I was like, hey, what's that pool of water? And then look, that is antifreeze. And so she's got a leaking water pump up there. I'm going to replace the water pump. And you guys can see it, I guess. Boy, it is just dark. Alrighty, here we go.
You got this, baby.
Not a problem. Watch some YouTube channels. What did I say? Watch some YouTube channels. They say all you have to do is pull back on this. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Sure enough. Pull back on that, and I'm gonna regret not buying that. But I didn't want to I didn't want to pay those prices, man. I should just get me one online. So we were at O'Reilly's, and they had a big socket wrench, but they wanted $28 for one. And then they had a breaker bar, and yet again It was something like $25, but I just can't see myself paying that kind of money for that tool. Because I know I can go on Amazon and get just a high quality tool, as high a quality tool for the same, not the same price, but for probably cheaper. Or a higher quality tool for the same price. Now, when was the last time we replaced this serpentine belt? You're gonna probably not like this, but I'm gonna send you back the O'Reilly's for a serpentine belt. Look at this belt. See the cracks? Let's get up here to the people too. See the cracks? I think we should go ahead and replace it.
Okay.
Don't you think? Let me get a few more things off. Matter of fact, let's get the water pump off. If we don't run anything else, you can take this and say we need another one of these. And just in case, you can line up the numbers and make sure it's right.
Okay.
So let's get this thing emptied. This is the part of the job that I don't like when you sit around looking for your tools most of the time. Only to find out you probably looked over them 3 times. Screwdriver. Where's the crescent wrenches? What? April found them.
I usually do.
She's good like that. I have a hard time finding things. Mainly because I won't move stuff.
Correct.
I need to open the... This will probably have it. There we go.
No, it's the key.
Antifreeze have a very distinct smell. You run enough old vehicles, you definitely learn to know what antifreeze smells like. Because I don't know, maybe it's just my cars, but they always leak. And whenever you smelt antifreeze, you always knew there was gonna be trouble. I like the new headlamp. It's nice. That does make me gotta pee. This stuff's orange. Can't be it. So you get some shop towels. I guess we could wait until 3. Give me 1 more hour. That'll give me a chance to...
Set a timer for 3 o'clock. No.
That's real smart. Computer that's so genius. Alrighty. So here's what we got. We're gonna have to pull this off, put this onto here. That's probably gonna be fun. Thankfully, I've got a few pipe wrenches that'll hopefully do that. But I got to look at this. Ugh, I hate antifreeze. I mean, I like it. I don't like touching it. What do I do with my towel? Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts to take off. That probably, water pump probably fine. Probably just got sealed. See what these nice instructions say. 1. Clean out the coolant system with a chemical cleaner. Nope. Drain the coolant from the radiator. Sure. Doing that. Remove the fan clutch if equipped. How am I going to do that? I'll take that off once I take the radiator off, the fan off. Tighten bolts to vehicle manufacturer's torque specification. I don't know torque. I don't have this. I don't have a torque wrench. Maybe you should get the torque wrench. Purge system air as required. Look at the purge system air. This thing don't hurry up and drain. Let's get to taking this thing off. Of course, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this thing out of here with the fan on. Let me try. I'll grab my. Let me just grab my pipe wrenches and see if I can pop it. Now, where's my pipe wrenches? Oh, my pipe wrenches are all the way down there in that trailer. I'll be back. Okay, let's look at the positive side of things. I'm getting to settle in the bumper, so I can tighten it up when we're done. So where'd my headlamp go? I'm gonna take it off. Davey, I'm so glad we could change the water pump together.
Me too, Dave.
I wonder if this was righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Ain't that what that guy said in that other video?
Well, you also said you can turn it either way and get the pressure from it.
I shouldn't want to damage any other components is the problem. You know, I need one of them GoPro headlamps, and then people can really see what I'm doing. I wonder if it's how Mr. Camerati? Huh? Camerati? Camerati. Camerata?
Yeah.
Camerata.
He ends in an A. So
Camerata.
correct.
I'll get his name right in a minute. Oh, I just punched myself in the nose. I don't know if that slipped or actually turned. I think it slipped. I think it turned. Sweet. Ow. That's good because I just punched myself in the nose. Oh. Made it all worth it. Hey, coming off pretty easy then. Look at that. Glad I tried. Maybe these instructions aren't done. Look at that. Woohoo! Come right up. A worn or defective fan clutch. Can you see how much a fan clutch is? If it's cheap, we might replace it, depending on the cost. Oh, and go ahead and find out what the serpentine belt costs too while you're at it. See if they have it in stock, because if they don't have it in stock, you can't go get it.
Get it?
No. Nah, we'll pass on the clutch, but we'll come get the belt.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
I ain't paying. I ain't gonna replace it for 44 bucks. I don't know if that's even bad. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like. I gotta tighten up that Jeep bumper. It's definitely loose.
Yes.
Needing to be yeah, tightened up. Oh, that's nicer. That's you pulley. This pulley's a big pulley.
Don't be a pulley.
Don't be a pulley. Huh. I'm gonna have to dual wield. Never been a fan of dual wielding. Takes too much energy. Ugh. Well, that ain't gonna work. What is this one? This one ain't moving. Maybe that one doesn't move. Do I have to take that off? Maybe I have to take that off. I don't think the instructions say anything about taking that off. The instructions said nothing about taking this off, but I think I'm going to take it off because I think it's going to just save time. Okay, that's better. Alright. Right there. And that will make it easier. See, this is nice, honey. See how nice this is? Mm-hmm. Do you see how nice it is working in the garage? Oh, this socket isn't. This ratchet is so much better. I should have had this thing out earlier. I did not use this thing at all on the bumper. That was dumb. Oh, look at that. So nice. And if I would have bought one for $28 or $34, whatever it was, that I already had, boy, that'd have been disappointing. I forgot I had this thing. Okay, is there any more? I think that's it. Huh. Okay, let me make sure that that is in place to catch any excessive water that's about to pour out of this thing. I hope nothing's about to pour out, but we are about to find out. I'm kind of glad I'm able to do this today. I'm glad this didn't happen on a Wednesday, thank you Lord. Mm-hmm. Alright, go ahead and go get that belt. Well, let me pop this off and then you can go get the belt. Ding. Okay, let's see. Is there anything? There seems to be that. I guess if that's the bottom two, is there not another bolt down there? That seems wrong. We might have the wrong water pump. Because I don't... Well, no, maybe it's right. It seems like there should be more, there should be another bolt somewhere. In between these two bolts I can see. I'm about to find out. Let's get this out. Definitely helps just being more patient. I've never been a patient person when it comes to mechanical stuff, but it does seem to help. Yeah. You know what helps though? Having the right tools. That makes the job 100 times easier. When you don't have the right tools, it's just frustrating. Like if I was working, oh, I just dropped that inside that. I hate antifreeze. And I just dropped that thing down in there. Ugh. What did I say about patience?
I was listening to your rant about patience, David.
Yeah, where's the bolt go? Yuck. Yuck. Okay, I'm gonna label. I'm gonna lay these out in the order in which I took them out in. Where can I do that? I'll put these really heavy wrenches on this really shelf. I think I'm having a hard time completing my sentences because I'm already moving on to some of the thought process. And I'm still trying to complete that thought.
Right.
Okay, it's going to be counterclockwise from the lowest point that I'm aware of. Whew, this one's longer. That one's definitely longer.
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely better keep track of those. So that one's the one beside the looks like power steering. So that one's directly beside the power steering. This one is up next to the alternator. It's going to be interesting to see if this is just a seal or if it's actually the water pump. I don't think it's the water pump. I think it's just a seal. But ain't worth just replacing the seal. That's all this trouble. Oh, another long one. Yeah, that guy must have really had a breeze changing out this alternator because it's right on top. I could have probably changed this thing out in 20 minutes. Now I know.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have to ever change it again though. If so, then Dodge really needs help designing a better vehicle. Of course, I don't know if that's a Dodge part. Did we buy rebuilt on that one or new? You probably didn't even know to ask. Ooh, another long bolt.
I think it was a Dodge.
Is it OEM? You know what OEM stands for?
Original Equipment Manufacturer.
You know that probably from your glass days, huh? Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. So that is it. There's 8 bolts out.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if this thing's gonna come loose. Probably gonna have to pry it loose. Let's see if I can do it with just a regular old screwdriver. Or if I'm gonna have to get something bigger and better. Oh, there it went. Oh, there it went. There went a lot of stuff. That seemed fine. I think it's just a seal. I hope this was the problem. Let's see how big of a mess I made down here. It's not like I had a choice. You know, heater might have costed a pretty penny for that 1 month, but I think it's going to be worth having for the rare occasions where we do need to have some heat up here.
Right.
In other words, I think it's going to pay for itself. It's going to be worth. It's going to be worth the money, even if it's a short-term heater. Need to do an update video on the heater though, in case people are watching it and they're considering doing the same. they can be warned up front. I don't think the water pump was bad. It definitely was leaking from around the pump. I can't get water to quit coming out of this hole. Every time I get the water out, it fills right back up. That must be coming from somewhere. Wow. Most brilliant statement ever.
Good observance, baby.
Hell, water must be coming from somewhere. Oh, really? No, it's just magically appearing from another dimension. You goober. Maybe it's aliens. I'm gonna quit messing with it because it's lower than the pump line. When did we buy this battery? Isn't this battery somewhat new? I feel like it shouldn't be leaking out around these two top pieces. But I might need to check on that and make sure the water level in your battery is high. Look at me getting all smart. I think finding Camarada's, that's it? Camarada. I think finding Andrew's channel is going to really be helpful for us. I like finding things like this and I hope one day our channel can be inspirational to people. I find these channels inspirational. Like, they really inspire me, like, to do my own work like this. Yeah. And I think that is very encouraging. Alright, baby, you can go. I'm going to need that. I will probably have this on before... Yes, I will probably have this on before you get back.
You should also leave my purse in your car.
Where's your purse?
The house.
Oh, well, the dogs are going nuts anyway.
Your keys.
Be careful with my Jeep.
You want to keep these for any reason?
Nope. Oh, I know you just didn't.
Didn't.
Love you.
I mean...
Camarada. Shout out to Mr. Camarada himself, because he has really inspired me to do this. My dad does all his work on his vehicles and, well, his older vehicles. I don't know if he just bought a new truck. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Dad, you bought a new truck. It's new to you, okay? Yes, I know it's used, but it's new to you. So I don't know if he's gonna work on it though. I'll have to ask him. He has I want to say 80 something. Blazer. No, it can't be 80s. That's 75. This one's newer. It might be a 78 or 79. Because it doesn't have the full... 75, they stopped making the full convertibles. And started making them half convertibles. But I don't know if he's going to work on his newer vehicle. I want to say that's I got a 95 Sonoma, 95, 97 Sonoma. I'm hoping that it does him good, and I hope he has something that he can ride around and not have to constantly work on, because he constantly has to work on his truck. He'll say, "Oh, I don't have to do it," but he does. Carburetor this, power steering that. Oh, he has to work on it, whether he says he does or not. Let's get all this dried before we put the new one on so we can tell if it's leaking. Okay, I think I'm ready to put on the new water pump. Okay, now this goes on like so, and I'll just have to put the bolts in the order in which I took them out. That's all you gotta do. Just go around and double check to make sure that the seal is really good and in place. Okay. Everything looks good there. Let's put this thing on with our first bolt. This first bolt goes, we're going to now go clockwise back on. So, this boot goes back on first. Kind of got myself in a bind. All my screws are way over there. But I gotta hold this thing up. Okay, cool. Looks like it's gonna stay. So let me get the 1, 2, 3, 4th bolt up. Okay, be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bolts up. Oh, that's gonna make me nervous. Hold on. The 5th one. And then that should be 6, 7. So this should be this one. This one should really hold it up. Just gonna hand tighten these. Then I'll come back and we'll torque them back. Torque them down by ratchet in a minute. First, we're just going to get everything started by hand. I have to say, Dodge did a really good job on this design because this has been a very nice repair. As long as this was the actual problem, we're going to be set. My only concern is if it wasn't the problem, but I think this, anytime you get a water leak, now normally there's a plug on top, and that's exactly what the guy at O'Reilly said. He's like, oh, your water pump's bad. I said, yeah, it's leaking. He says, oh, from this hole. And I said, no. And he was like, oh. And that's usually a sign of, well, that's not your water pump. But I think the seal just went bad. I hope the seal just went bad. It looks like it's flattened out on one side over there. What do you think the factory torque rating is on this? Right now I'm hand torquing. Never really factory torqued anything. I've always just torqued it down. I've helped a few people work out, and I told them, I was like, the one thing that you will notice as you work out is everything gets super light. You know, it's not that 50 pounds has changed, but if you can deadlift 315, 50 pounds seems a lot less. I said, so you will, everything will seem lighter and you will break more stuff. So when you go to put on bolts on these crappy Chinese furniture that you buy, you're going to probably strip half the bolts if you ain't careful, because that stuff will break in a heartbeat. I think we're done. Based on the Bobby torquing system, I don't think I can torque on these anymore without it getting too much. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's as good as I can get it. The only way that I could get that any better that if I was to go back with an actual torque wrench, but they're definitely tight. I mean, I think I could tighten them more, but if I tighten them anymore, I am afraid of breaking a bolt or something. And believe it or not, I've broken many bolts. I don't look big at all, but I'm a strong little something. Looks can be deceiving sometimes. Alright, let's install. Oh, wait, we gotta put that pulley back on. Hold on, Jones. Hold on, Jones. Put this pulley back on. Not pulley, this is a pulley spinner really thingy. Cool. That's back on. Next is this big old bad boy. Oh, he's kind of sharp. Now, if I don't break this, we'll be right on time. Come on. Oh, why don't I spin this? That'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Look at that. Hold the fan and spin the water pump. That's a lot easier. Now I gotta tighten this thing, however, without holding this bad boy. I don't know how tight that has to be. I don't know how I'm gonna, like the other one I wasn't afraid of damaging, but I don't know how I'm gonna tighten this. I don't want that coming off. Yeah, it's funny, they never talk about putting the fan back on. Ain't that funny? They never talk about putting this back on in the instructions. That's great. That is so great. That's awesome. Yeah, you don't have to worry about putting your fan back on. I might Google that. See what people are doing. I mean, I guess I could put, I don't know, man. If I scratch that in any way, shape, or form, it's going to cut into that belt. And you just have one little nick in that, and it'll rip that belt to pieces. Got a little hole here. I wonder if I can stick a screwdriver in there.
36mm wrench again.
Well, I don't have one of those.
And
Well, they got some kind of silly tool that goes in these holes. I don't have anything like that.
Feedback.
Well, disappointing news.
Uh-oh.
I mean, not bad.
No.
It's not super bad. And this, you keep the old one, or?
I didn't even take the old one.
Oh. Where's the old one?
I have no idea.
I just looked up how to tighten this back up, because I was like, okay, well, I've loosened this up. Now, how do I tighten it?
The belt?
The clutch fan.
Okay.
And there's these tools that you've got. It's like really tall tool, like this tall, that goes in these holes that holds that tight, or holds that so you can tighten it. I don't have that.
Okay. So do I need to go back to Arise?
No, I just tightened it up the best I can, and we're gonna have to see. Where's the old belt?
Here. I don't know.
I handed it to you.
No,
remember?
you didn't.
I
You
said,
showed it to
no,
me.
I handed it to you and said you're gonna go to Riley to get this.
No, sir.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
You look over in your corner. Go back
It's
to your
right
corner.
there.
That's what I said. It's in your corner.
You goober.
Yeah, this is good. This is a whole lot nicer. And you're going to be really upset if you have to go back. But you should always take the old belt with you. Because these part numbers don't match. This thing's kind of cool. 15 belt. Kind of neat. What they work. I was about to say, we got a lot of belt here.
Got a wrap and
I know.
twist and turn.
I know. I'm trying to think because again, I did not take a picture of what this thing looks like before I took it off.
And they said to.
I know. I know. This belt's too big.
Give it to me.
Well, that's again assuming that I got it wrapped right, but can you help me think about how it would be wrapped any different?
How did you unloosen and get it off? Don't you have to let it back out?
Well, that's a good point. That is a good point. This is smooth, so this has to be smooth. And this has to be this way. This has to be this way. That has to be this way, but that doesn't necessarily have to loop that way. Okay. This could loop this way. There we go. So now what happens? Oh, doggone it. So now what happens is, see all that's tight. And then what I'll do is I'll come around that pulley. You pull the pulley up. Well, let's just do it. What am I talking about for? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Stand over here. See this? We're going to take this off.
Okay.
And hold it. Hold it tight.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Now I'm going to put this on. Like you're giving me the slack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up and you're going to slide that on there.
Okay.
Watching your fingers. Go ahead. I can't go anymore. Hold on. I got to readjust.
Almost there.
I know. Are you ready? Now don't let that pinch your fingers.
Yep. Hold on. Get me. Okay.
That's as far as I can go. This seems wrong. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, watch your head. Oh, I got glasses. Oh, you got glasses. Yes, I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. Does that look aligned everywhere?
I
Just
think-
double check everywhere. All this, center of this, center of the bottom,
There.
center of this bottom piece has got to be
It
right.
looks centered there. I can't see fully.
That's grooved.
That's centered. Grooved there.
I
There.
probably should have taken the battery terminal off.
Yeah, it looks right.
Okie dokie. Now with that, I wonder, now that that gut has some tension on it, I wonder if I could torque that down now. You know what? Now that I'm halfway through, I just didn't realize I could have just like dinged and crunked the engine with your keys. Well, it would have beeped. And I would have been like, ah!
The beef would have scared the crap out of it.
Well. Okay, let's see if I can tighten this up. It's so tight that it's turning it, so I don't know. I guess that's going to have to be good enough. Okay. I think we're ready to add antifreeze. Antifreeze. Let me just walk through it verbally. I'm gonna say what we did, and then I'm gonna say what I did in reverse. We emptied the coolant. right?
Yes.
We took the belt off.
Yes.
We took the fan off.
Correct.
We took that little pulley off. I took the water pump off.
Okay.
Put the water pump back on. No. I closed the hole down there. I wiped up all the water. So I've got it all wiped up.
Okay.
I cleaned off the water pump area. I put the water pump back on. I put the pulley back on. I torqued those up pretty much as hard as I can without, me stripping a bolt. Put the pulley back on, little pulley wheel. Put the fan back on. We put the belt back on. We double checked the belt. It looks correct. I mean, that thing is tight. I hope that's right. I mean, I don't know how it could go on any other way, but I really do wish we would have taken a picture. Can you just look it up, Durango serpentine belt, and let's see, Durango 07 SLT serpentine belt or something? Just so we can double check, because that went on a lot harder than it came off. Which I guess is okay because it's a new belt, but let's just double check. I've got everything cleaned up. That one. Let's see. We have this. It goes down. It comes out. It goes around. Goes around.
These around.
Yep.
Comes
It
under.
looks correct.
Comes under that. Back up and back around. Back around and back up. Yeah.
Yep. So, because if all this was wrong, and let's say this was turning, or not this, let's say we got this wrong and that was turning, but this was reversed. It would be trying to pump water the wrong way.
Right.
Or what's this one? This one's got it labeled. AC, water pump,
Down to the big one.
Generator.
Up around that. Deed around.
power steering. Yep.
Big down to the bottom.
Idler pulley,
Up and around.
tensioner.
Tensioner.
Yep.
And back
That's it.
around.
So that one's correct. Okay, we're good. Just double checking, just making sure. Nothing wrong with double checking your work.
Not a thing.
Okay, we got a funnel. Or should I just try to slosh it in here? Where's that funnel I was using the other day? What was I using it for though?
I think that's down there. Your keys are on the floor by the way.
What?
Nice.
Phone out of my pocket.
I think that funnel was down there. Oh wait, here's a funnel.
Laka. Alright, look at that. That's nice. People found us a funnel. Alright, let's see if I can pour this without getting it everywhere. People, will you come hold this?
Sure.
Having 4 hands is better than having 2.
Hold the funnel.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I ain't gonna pour it on you.
No, I figured you needed to see the bottom a little bit better in my hand anyway.
You can put your hand back.
That's fine. I don't need it.
Don't do it then.
I won't. Don't you need to dilute that with water?
No, we're gonna pour one of these and one water. One of these, one water. Make sure there's nothing coming out the bottom. There's nothing. That's good.
Did you dry up where it had leaked?
Yeah. When I fill this other one up with water, I'll fill this up with water. We'll put the water in there. Then you can leave it. Then we're going to, I'll pour half of it in here and fill it up, and then we'll have 50-50 mix for the rest of it.
When you walked away, it started bubbling like it was settling, so
Yeah.
it may take a second to settle.
Yeah, we'll have to crank it up because it will want to pump
Suck it.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm all right. Let's give her a shot. You want to crank it up so I can watch it?
Yes.
Then I can yell. Let it run. You gotta let it get hot so we can rotate some of the coolant. Get stuff on.
The guy, when I walked in, started chatting me up about a while back and all that stuff. So I totally forgot to